Wait.
Okay, so we rejoin just outside the Grand Chantry. The group has reformed after Minstrel's exorcism and having his ring destroyed, and Merrick has been politely chatting with some priests after a small incident involving the giant plant Minstrel planted.
My ring.
Yeah, you're better now. No more random old people getting murdered.
Did we leave?
No,
You've just walked outside the Grand Chantry, so you were in the courtyard.
but we do have some ghosts to kill. So.
Now, question is, do we walk there, or do we get a carriage? See if there's any way we can rent a carriage.
Surely we've still got my
me.
carriage.
Oh yeah, we've still got your horses.
I don't know where I
Don't
left
get
them.
killed.
I don't think I said I left them anywhere, but
Well, you kind of left in a hurry. So,
kind of got off
Yeah.
the cart and left it by the entrance to town when you were chasing Minstrel through the streets.
right, I'm going to go to the entrance to town and see
Okay,
if my carriage is still there.
okay. I'm going to have to do a quick roll for that to see if it would have been nicked.
My paladin.
You kind of just
Oh,
wandered off from a carriage and left it in the middle of the road.
yeah, we sort of left it at the entrance. We all ran off to look for Minstrel.
Yeah. The carriage is there, however, it has had its wheels nicked and been pushed to the side of the road. The horses are gone.
No.
right. I'm
So
gonna-
any supplies you still had on it, you could take with you.
Right,
Now
I
that
have
is
a
the
cunning
puzzle.
idea, Ballador and Ludwig.
Yes.
I approach you both, making a very clear point not to look at Merrick. We
Ignore
have a big elephant man who can pull the carriage.
It
All
has
we
no
need is the wheels.
Well, we've
Need to
got a
find some
turtle we can
wheels.
use as wheels.
a wheel.
Well, if we chop off his head, that's one wheel, and his shell can be another one. That's all you need.
Who needs that shell? He's attached,
He
isn't
doesn't if he doesn't have a head.
he? Kill him.
So the current plan is to
I want to ask.
murder one party member and enslave the other.
Oh,
I
we can
want to
have
ask the paladin guard if he saw anything happen to the carriage.
Here we see Brother Damien once again standing at attention. He says, "Yes, it was taken apart by the town's guards system. We in the Paladins, we took it apart and moved it out of the road. We still have the wheels. The horses have been taken, unfortunately. They were gone by the time we came back from the chase with your friend."
I say,
Thieves.
well,
Untrustworthy paladins.
Yeah, if we've
No, they've got the wheels to your cart.
we'll forgive you if you give us some compensation.
Well, the thieves stole all your horses, and the rest of your cart is perfectly available. It was just to prevent it being stolen. We'll put it back together for you.
can pull it, I'll try.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? Do we want, or do we just hire a new carriage?
It might be better to make Merrick carry us the whole way.
I'm actually inclined to agree.
Can
Strangely,
you can Merrick carry it?
or maybe two of us. But
No, I'm not dragging a cart. Ballador
I mean, we've got one,
Backbiter does not carry carts.
so we'd have to pay anyone to hang around or then walk back.
Although saying that, what is your top run speed, Merrick?
Not very quick, I don't think. But
Yeah, so
Yeah, you would be walking at
it's going to
moving
be like
speed.
walking,
Hmm.
except I can sit and you'll Oh, yeah, no, that's a brilliant idea. Stick with it.
seeing as you've just argued that,
If
then
those guys are going to do
you should
that,
just
can I
hire.
go to the stables and inquire about?
Uh,
Is there a stables?
let's have a look.
Could be pricey to get to Pendle then.
Hmm.
But I think we've got enough between us.
You'd want to be
Share that
trying.
out.
Okay, Ludwig's sent a message saying he's going to spend the gold to hire a horse for the carriage.
All right, but in this, are we at
Okay.
the stables? Am I at the
Uh,
stables?
I'm sorry.
the moment-
Ludwig did what? Because no one heard him.
He's on
He's
the.
still eating. Give him a minute.
He's shy.
Hire a
I
horse
think
for
two
us.
people watched the last episode that went up, so
Yeah, I'm impressed. We actually have 2 viewers.
Don't think I was one of them.
although I think they're
Plot
probably
twist.
both
Both
great.
of them are Craig.
I only watched it once. Just to recap where we were.
Right, so anyway, can I go to the stables?
So, you'll need to try and find the stables. So we'll assume you ask Brother Damien and says, "We don't tend to keep animals here. Your best bet would be to try it over with the druids."
Oh, that sounds like a whole nother adventure.
No, I know.
It's just on the far side of town.
I know.
Oh,
where
right, okay. I'm going to go visit the druids then.
Follow
I
me.
assume Merrick's going to show you the way.
Yeah, I know where it
Yeah,
is.
and I would like to summon Magical Bart just because he needs a bit of fresh air. He
Fair
can
enough.
fly above us.
So, Merrick, I assume you're taking him to the Druids Park.
Yes.
So, as you approach, you can see a litany of animals all gathered around the park, varying off to sections. Each seems to have slightly different motives, and some of them are transformed back into people, and others seem to go the other way, people to animals, as you approach.
Mm.
I would like to ask Merrick if he knows there is a druid here that sells horses.
I don't think I
Um,
know any druids.
Make
personally.
a history check for me, quick, Merrick.
Shall if I double check my roll on it? I think it's. Oh yeah, I got extra proficiency +4.
Fair.
Mm, 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 mm.
Okay, so you would definitely know that the druids would not enslave, in their view, animals. However, you would also know that it would be probably cheaper to hire a druid to turn into a horse and pull your cart.
Yes,
Sounds like
we should hire a druid.
exploitation. But I actually... Okay, so I can't buy a horse, is
See
what I'm getting here. Unless I can buy a druid, but they're probably
Can
very
ask-
expensive.
I was going to say, if you wanted to buy a horse, it's going to cost you somewhere in the range of 1,000 gold.
Well, nearly there.
Horses aren't cheap.
Nearly there.
So
Surely
yeah,
I
Why
can
you're
get
one
an
for
old
next.
nag.
hire a
Get me
druid
an old
instead of a
nag
whole
for
carriage.
600. Right, okay. Right. Let's ask this druid how much he'll charge us to pull our cart.
Okay, so you're just going to go up to the first druid.
No, I'm going to the one Merrick suggests.
I don't
Okay,
know
so
any-
Merrick, make a quick perception check.
Don't know any druids personally, but
Balador is convinced that you know everyone in this town.
I suppose you wouldn't know otherwise. What is my perception? Oh, sweet. Shit,
What'd you get?
6.
6. So, looking over the druids, trying to work out who to go to, your first instinct is to go up to an area of the druids where they seem to have transformed primarily into carnivores for some reason,
Uh-oh.
and ask them.
Yeah, I think you should ask those ones, Balador.
Alright, I'm going to go up to the biggest one, who I assume is a lion.
At the minute, they're primarily carnivores, but mostly they're wolves and things like that.
Alright, and I say, greetings, old woman. Would you
At
care...
which point, the wolf turns back into a human and is a teenage boy.
And I say, oh, sorry, young woman.
Okay.
Can you tell us if there's anybody that would like to pull a cart for 10 gold pieces to Prithee Ditch?
Pendle.
Pendle Ditch?
He looks at you very suspiciously and says, "Try the druids of the land. They're in the section over there." And he then points to the ones mainly transformed into cows and other such farm animals.
I would like to, at this point, turn to Minstrel and express my complete shock at this situation where we're trying to find a person to turn into a bear.
To turn into a horse?
No, I want a bear.
And they'd be very quick.
Right, land druids. To the land druids.
Yes.
Okay. Make a quick perception check.
Me?
Mhm.
Alright, but I'll do one for Magical Bart as well.
Sure.
1d20. Okay, this one is +2, so that's me.
Okay.
14. And Magical
14.
Bart that's not right.
What?
Magical Bart, I can't remember what Magical Bart's
+4.
+4. He
18.
got 22.
So, Magical Bart now directs your eyes to the correct location, and there you can quite plainly see 3 cows, 2 oxen, and 1 rather grumpy-looking sheep.
Any people around?
At the minute, they all seem to be animals.
I'm going to sort of wander around like that gif of John Travolta and look very confused because I can't find the owner of these animals.
Pulp Fiction.
I'm going to see if there's a tree or a post or something. I'm going to knock on it and say, "Hello, service."
At which point, the rather grumpy-looking sheep now stands up to be about a 6-foot tall human wearing no clothes with a long beard covering most of his body. Yes, can I help?
I would like to hire 1 or 2 of your oxen to pull my cart to Pendle. Please,
wish-
sir.
Horse, if someone's got the ability.
I can turn into a sizable oxen myself, should you wish for me to pull a cart.
I can tell what size of oxen you would turn into as I look down at his crotch.
It's covered by beard, so all you can see is hair.
Oh, you have to ruin it for me. Hold up.
I think we should ask him how much he's going to charge.
Okay, so asking how much he's going to charge, he said, well, how about this as a deal? I could keep the cart after I've brought you back here, assuming you wish to return.
You can.
We could have good use for it, and seeing as you have no animals to pull it at the moment.
I
Probably be a good thing.
would like to interject this conversation
Okay.
and also speak to the young maiden.
Young lady, what?
Druid.
The old druid man we're up to now.
Big beard.
Yeah, just give me 30 seconds. I would like to approach him
Mhm.
and cast suggestion to.
Okay. And what level spell is that, sorry?
That is a 2nd level enchantment.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. No, I can't. I haven't got the components. Bollocks.
You have an arcane focus with your loot.
The components are bollocks.
Pretty big ones, too.
Concentration on 20 towers. No, druids can't use that spell, so he wouldn't spot it coming. You can cast it using your musical instruments.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Go on then.
So I give him a little
Little blow.
Don't say you're giving a little blow to an old naked man in a park.
bit like I'm charming a snake, and I say, "You will take us to Pendle for free."
Yes, that's what I was suggesting.
You say that
then-
you keep the cart.
Yeah, when he brings you back
Free?
here, that's basically a free trip.
Okay, you
Have
will
to
not
buy
keep our
horses.
cart, I suggest.
What are we going to do with the cart with no animals?
I'm going to whisper to Minstrel and say, "Make him pay us for the cart."
You can keep the cart for an additional fee.
Oh, and what sort of fee would that be?
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't specify. 25 gold per person in our party.
So 100 gold for the cart.
I finish with a 2.
Okay. He says, very well, we shall discuss a price for the cart when we return here. For now, let us get going.
I shall lead you to our cart, dear
Okay.
dear man. Oh, what's
At
your
which
name, by
point-
the way?
Also, I've just
Oh.
realised the duration is only 8 hours.
Yeah, so it's going to wear off by the time you get back. You'll have to cast it again.
Yeah,
And it requires my concentration, so I'm
Which means
going
you
to be
cast
sitting
another
there.
spell.
Yeah, I'm going to be sitting there concentrating very hard for the duration of the trip.
Fair enough.
Should
So
get to
he looks
find
around to
someone.
you and says, I am Clay Blackbeard, leader of the land droids.
Good. Well, let's make haste.
At
Show
which
me the
point,
meaning of
anything
haste,
do we?
Claybeard.
as you begin walking through the town, he now turns into a small dog to cut through the crowd faster than you can.
All right, I'm going to turn into a big half orc and just push people out my way like I usually do.
Fair enough.
Send magical Bart to lead him.
So, having arrived back at your carriage, the paladins very kindly have put the wheels back on it for you.
I'm going to flip a silver piece to one of the paladins.
Okay, Brother Damien catches it and says, most kind, and then flicks it back to you, but we can't accept tips.
Make a
All right,
donation.
I'm going to chuck it in the river for luck.
Sure, you're a little way away from the river, but
I thought we were on next to a moat. I haven't got the map up at the moment.
it's got two lakes which run in rivers to a thing, but you came in to the north entrance,
Oh, okay.
so you're a fair distance away.
Assume
So-
they're leaving. So,
Well,
on the way you could.
Yeah, you're not too far away. You're about 4 buildings away from the lake.
I can flip that far. Oh, actually, I'm going to give it to Magical Bart, and he can take it over to the lake and drop it in.
Sure. Okay, so mounting back up onto the carriage, you have Clay Blackbeard.
I guess I'll delete horse and carriage and just leave carriage then.
Just carriage. Also, horses are not items. just as a note, they're not equipment you can pick up and put down later.
Can't really fit him in a bag of holding.
But rats are. What kind of a game is this?
No, rats are being kept in the magical bag of holding, which
Anyway,
preserves them.
Enough of this gay banter.
Fair enough.
Johnny
Also, that
Depp.
rat bag's currently empty.
Yeah, he tipped it all out, didn't he?
Yeah, so he set out like 2 rats.
Wait, what's this about my rat bag?
It's
I
currently
was
empty.
like
Isn't it?
breaking my concentration.
You emptied it
Yeah, it was emptied.
Yeah.
again.
Okay. So, at which point
I wonder
you will
what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen to the city, considering I have just released 2 nondescript plague rats.
No, they were field rats. You caught them.
I caught one of them. The
Oh
other
yeah,
one was already in the bag.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
We'll cross
Okay,
that bridge when we come to it.
That's it.
It's fine, probably.
Yeah, don't worry about it. As
I
we
will make a note of that and come back to it later.
leave the city in
Fine.
ruins.
All my holy friends will take care.
Yeah. Depends where they end up. There's a nice sewer system underneath this place.
Right, so we are currently in.
You're currently in Godholm, and you've just saddled up Clay
How many
Blackbeard,
days'
having
ride
turned
is it
into an
to
oxen. As an oxen, he would take. Please, to
Can we
Pendle.
go via Cleethorpes? Cleethorpes next to sea.
There's a place called Cleethorpes on Sea.
Well, it's called Cleethorpes and it's next.
It's called
to the sea.
Cleethorpes. It's on the sea.
Cleethorpes, maybe.
So you want to head to Cleethorpes first, and then straight over to Pendle.
I mean,
Yeah, they might have a stable there to sell me a nag.
If you want a nag, get married. So you mount up and begin heading off on the road. It's a nice enough sort of day. There's mainly green fields. As the path diverges, you meet a small group of travellers heading towards Godholm. They appear to be religious pilgrims.
I would like to shout out to them, "Greetings, travellers! What news of the road ahead?"
They look back to you and say, well, if you were heading up toward... Sorry, bloody long thing. If you were
God
heading-
isn't real.
If you're heading up towards Sherfield, there's a party heading off there in a week's time. The lord of the area is throwing a gathering of fine people. I'm sure you could bribe your way in.
I wouldn't need to bribe my way in. I'm Balador Backbiter, son of Pimpskin Backbiter and Balador the Doughty. Have you heard of them?
I have not myself, no.
You have? Brilliant. Yes, they were very famous people in their time.
Fair
On
enough.
the halls of Glom.
So handsome.
Okay.
I'd also like to lean across the carriage out the window and just say to these passing pilgrims, a warning.
Mhm.
The clerics and paladins in Godholm are thieves.
They stole the wheels of our carriage and then
They
gave
stole
them
the
back.
wheels of our carriage. They stole my healing potions.
I will reassure them that is not
They
true.
stole and melted down my ring.
I will give them a blessing for their troubles.
And without my
looking over them,
system,
they
I did sit
wave.
back down.
As you were going to give them a blessing, they wave you off and say, "It's all right. We're not far from the city now. We shall go see the Temple of Umberly ourselves."
Good. Ignore that thing over there.
Good. Well,
I see. Well, we shall keep an eye out for thieving paladins. It seems unlikely.
safe travels.
That's
to
how they get you.
both.
I say with a nod.
Fair enough. They then head off towards Godholm as you turn right on the path heading down towards Cleethorpes. About half a day into your travels, the sun's beginning to set as you reach the river, just to the east.
I'd like to, having seen the sun go down, I'd like to lean out the front of the carriage and stroke our ox and say, "Sun's getting real low, big guy."
At which point he goes, "You think that's so creepy? Hang on." At which point he pulls over to the side of the road and turns back into a person, and says, "Yes, we should probably camp for the evening. Low light at my age is not a great thing."
Where are we? Are we at that river that's halfway
As
between?
he's saying that, I want to be keeping eye contact with him.
He could do
Okay.
the best, I think.
Doesn't
Happy to stop.
Tumbleweed Tortilla or whatever his name is have a bunch of tents?
Ludwig,
Picnic.
yeah. Part of
Ludwig did indeed steal some tents, so we'll assume you set those up for
I
the
assume he
evening.
handed them out, I think, if I remember.
I'd also like to ask Minstrel and Elephant Man Merrick why Tortilla hasn't said anything this whole time.
He's been
Covering.
broody. He didn't like being in the religious town as a pirate.
And he's probably still nursing a hangover from 3 days prior.
Or he's been quietly drinking the entire day away.
I wonder if he's even here.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yep,
he's
still
he might-
nursing a 3-day hangover. Okay, so you set up for the evening. Let's... Why did you roll?
I don't know.
Okay. I was going to say, you normally wait for me to tell you which rolls you're doing.
No, I had it pasted and I just pressed enter.
Okay, fair enough. So you set up for evening. Would you like to set up a watch?
I think
I would like to suggest we set up a watch and volunteer Magical Bart to do my part of the watch.
Sure. So you've got your
In fact,
magical hawk.
Magical Bart could probably just do the whole watch, couldn't he? Because he doesn't need to sleep.
Well, he could sleep during the day until
I
you
don't
needed him.
think they need to sleep.
He behaves as the animal, so he's still existing, but you could pop him in the
Have you
pocket
ever
to make
seen
him to sleep on the road.
hawk fall asleep?
Sorry?
Have you ever seen a hawk sleep?
Yes.
You have?
they have
Yeah.
nests.
They
holes.
have nests, and I've seen them sleeping on those little stands when they're called falconers have them out. He's now Googling hawks sleeping.
They could be like sharks. They could keep flying and have micro sleep.
No, I
as they
just
fly.
swear. Like,
I'm sure there are birds that do that.
I swear
don't
it
know
said it
what
doesn't
one
need
of
to sleep, but
I think albatrosses.
Hmm.
Why don't you get a magical albatross?
The long distance then.
I don't think I'm allowed one. I would if I was allowed one.
Fair enough. So we'll say magical part's done the night's watch then. So
Oh.
everyone consumes
I'll do
rations,
another one.
and
Whatever.
Wait, can't I hunt with my magical spear?
would you like to attempt to hunt with your magical spear? What are you hunting for? You're by a river, you could go fishing again, or you could go
I would-
hunting
I
for
would do the
game
river.
in the fields.
I would.
However, I would like to point out you have a druid with you.
Oh, that's a good point. We could eat. Oh no, we need him to take
Don't
us.
eat him.
No, don't eat him. I was thinking more along the lines of they don't agree with keeping animals. What are they going to think of killing one?
Oh right, I'm going to ask him what he thinks of me killing for food.
Should really have learned not to eat everything.
Well, yeah, you would have thought that had happened in the forest, but
What does Clay Davis think of me?
surely you have food and provisions to use otherwise. You'd be thoroughly unprepared if you came without it.
I would like to
I'd
correct him.
rather not see the sight of blood on this trip if I can avoid it.
Let's not anger our druid so he doesn't leave us.
What about fishing?
If you can do it without causing them to bleed and kill them humanely, I'll agree.
Without causing them to bleed.
So you have to catch it with your hand and crack it on a rock.
All right, I'm going to pretend that I've given up on the whole idea.
Okay.
I'm going to get into my bed, pretend to be sleeping, but really I'm channeling Magical Bart, and with Magical Bart, I'm going to try and catch myself some fish.
Okay. So I'm going to need Magical Bart to make an attack roll and a survival check.
Don't
God,
know
how do I know what his survival is?
Survival check, what's his wisdom?
I don't think it tells you the wisdom, does
It'll
it?
be on the page, I'll put it up for you, hang on.
Don't think
He's a
Hawk's
hawk, right?
particularly adept at sea fishing. or river
+2 he gets for survival.
Nice.
Just before we get down to bed, I'd just like to wave my Lord of the Dead necklace at Merrick.
Right, so it's an 8 for the attack and a 19 for the survival.
fishing. Take a note. of it.
Okay.
21. And
So
the attack
he
is
manages to
+5 to hit, so
+5 to
13.
hit, so 13. Okay, hang on. So he manages to spot some fish in the river, and does in fact manage to dive in towards one. However, having no swim speed, as soon as he does, it goes incredibly badly. As he is now stuck in the water because hawks can't fly when they're wet.
Hawks can't fly when they're wet.
No, they cannot. Their feathers become too heavy. He's now stuck in the river.
Alright, I'm going to...
Go get him. I assume you can see that he's stuck there if you're looking.
He's walked into him in the minute, so.
yeah, I'm going to... all I've got is chainmail on, so I assume I can take that off quite quickly.
To be fair, it's not that deep a river you could wade in. It's bigger than like a 1 foot high hawk, but it's
While
not.
this is going on, I'd like to be playing a game of dice with, or propose a game of dice rather, with Ludwig.
Okay, Ludwig. Do you fancy a game of dice?
And in response to him brandishing his
Okay,
Lord
both
of
roll a
Dead.
d20. What's the bet on it?
I'm happy with a 20 gold bet, I believe.
Ludwig, 20 gold? Make it 30.
30, yeah, go on 30.
30, okay. So roll 1d20. And then.
Well, I assume he has as well, as he's a similar class. Do we both get
Your proficiency added to it, yeah.
Oh, it's the...
Because you're proficient in
ospreys.
dice games.
It's ospreys that can hunt in the sea, not normal hawks.
Oh, you're not proficient in dice games. I apologise.
Can you hear me?
You get the
Yeah, I
net
can hear
20.
you.
Oh, he's got natural 20.
1d20. I think my proficiency bonus is 3 now, isn't it?
What level are you?
It would be now. Yeah,
5.
5, yeah.
Oh, you both.
Yeah, but he nat 20'd, unfortunately. So you
Oh,
still lost.
got
So
a natural-
Ludwig,
my
you
gold,
take the
you
30
filthy
gold
animal.
from Minstrel.
410
Can
now.
I
Some of
save
your
my animal now,
pain.
please?
Yeah, sure. So as you've waded into the river to pick it out, you've now just
Supposed
got to
to
let
be
him.
retconning to say it was an osprey.
Unfortunately, yes, it's a
That's
hawk.
definitely the one I'm going to summon next time.
More
I
like a
suppose it's a type
peregrine.
of hawk, right?
That's a falcon.
It says
Yeah,
it's called a sea hawk or a river hawk.
called a sea hawk, but
Doesn't
Anyway,
mean like getting
never
wet.
mind all that. Do I get magical Bart back?
magical Bart's back out of the river. You've managed to save him from drowning.
And while I'm in the river, I might as well pick up a quick fish.
Okay, make a survival check.
Oh, you actually let me do it. Nice.
Make a survival check to try and grab it.
Survival. That's it. Just 6.
Just 6. Unfortunately, they slip through your fingers rather easily.
Okay, I'm going to grumpily go and open my pack and eat a ration.
Okay, so mark your rations off, everyone who didn't have something else to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning, you come to setting back off on the road. You once again saddle up Clay Blackbeard and head off once again towards Cleethorpes.
Does he mind being saddled?
Well, it's attaching the cart to him. He
Oh.
agreed to that.
Yeah, I was thinking so I was riding on top of him as well. So that's a bit rude.
It needs to be yoked to the cart. But
Yeah.
I'd just
He needs to
like
be
it on
attached to it.
record as well. I do not have a problem with druids. I quite like druids.
Okay,
It's just religious people I don't like.
Interesting.
fair enough. So as the day progresses and you head off towards Cleethorpe, you begin to see the town coming into... Sorry, I just need to pull up information on the town. Town coming into view. It's a small harbour village. It's not much here. There's a small inn and a
Stables.
general store.
I'd like to pop into the inn quickly. I think have a swift pint,
I'm
maybe
going
sing
to
a
follow
song or
Minstrel.
two.
And I would
Okay.
like to ask the landlady who her lord is.
The how do you know it's a landlady? But whatever, you are right.
I'm Ballad
The landlady comes over, a rather busty halfling woman.
This
with
sounds
a-
like one of your fantasies.
Oh,
I
busty.
wrote all these
Boxing
characters
halfling.
like 6 months ago. There's so many. It's just ridiculous. And says, the lord around here, we're still subservient here to Godholm. So
Oh, terrible
we're
people.
still
Those
owned
people.
by the temple. We fish here and bring the catch in and our taxes back to Godholm.
Well, I'll
Right.
step forward as a cleric of Godholm. I'll
Mhm.
request 3 pints of ale.
Very well. She
Tell her
puts out 3 mugs and begins pouring.
that's for Ludwig, myself, and Balador.
Fair enough. You can distribute them as you see fit. She says, and would you like me to open you a tab, good cleric?
You can open as a bottle of rum.
I mean,
It's
I'll
a port town.
I'll extend to buying a bottle of rum as well, and I will just pay for it now, just in case we don't
Sure.
come back.
The bottle of rum will set you back 1 gold piece,
Cool.
and
Jesus.
the pints will set you back 3 silver.
Why, thank you.
That's nice. and
Can
easy.
Wait,
I
he didn't say he was going to give it to you, Mr. Tortilla.
Yes, I will.
can I scope out the inn, see how many people are in here?
There's about 6 people in here, just sitting around. You've got here about lunchtime.
Can I anticipate their level of wealth? Are any of them noble, or are they
make
all
a
common
perception check.
peasants? Perception. It's perception.
I'm just going to go
I swear,
quickly. break.
75% of the time we've been playing Dungeons and Dragons, we've just been in pubs. Just drinking. This is
Like
because
real
we're
life.
not
7
allowed
people.
to go to real pubs, so we have to go to them
That's
in
the
D&D.
fantasy drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking around, you see there mostly seem to be fishermen. There's a few slightly shadier looking people, but you wouldn't
Well,
assume any of them are wealthy.
I'll do it all the same for the experience. I'd like to walk up to the landlady and ask permission to put on a short performance.
Is that what Minstrel says, though? Does he say, I'm going to do a performance for the experience?
Yes. No.
Okay.
She looks at you very calmly and says, "You're welcome to have a go, but you may not get much out of this seafaring lot. They're not the most well off, I'm afraid."
Well, I would, of course, like to put on a performance. And I suppose it will be a quick poem called The Sea.
See, okay.
I see.
The sea. I wish I was near the sea. I love fish, makes a good dish, and fishing is the life for me. And I
Oh,
tap my foot at the end.
Let's see, make a flat performance check. I'm not going to disadvantage your advantage of that attempt.
I mean, that was a fairly decent attempt for you.
I
Did
told
you hear me typing it out as I was saying it?
Yeah.
Does it rhyme?
That was a bit more.
Performance.
That's a bit of a spear to the theatre kind of rhyme. Though.
26. This gets a rousing response from the 6 patrons.
Including Balador. Wait, that's 7.
Even
Okay,
I'm
so-
slightly impressed by that one. I think.
Okay,
I'm gonna give him a gold piece because I'm so impressed.
that's very
Yep.
kind.
same.
Okay, and Ludwig. So in total, you will net 8 gold pieces.
Oh, I'm loaded. I bow and say to everyone around me, thank you so much.
Let's say the landlady then also brings you over a free drink.
Woohoo!
And I'm going to throw him a measly copper.
Oh,
An insult
Fair enough.
at the standard of the poem.
These religious folk, they just don't have good taste in poetry.
The landlady also then says, "And can I get you anything to eat?"
oh yes. What have you got?
This at lunchtime we only serve stew, I'm afraid.
I will have a pie, please.
Here it is.
Can I have a loaf of bread as well with the stew?
She brings you out a good slab of what appears to be some form of flatbread to mop up your stew with.
But
Is
I
there
would,
a
I would
stew?
also like a stew.
Okay, that's 2.
Yes, please.
And Ludwig. Merrick?
I would like 2 as I'm a big boy.
As we're placing the
Okay.
orders, I'd like to carefully.
what about our druid friend? Is he just sat at the cart right now?
He's relaxing outside, having a break from pulling it.
I'd like to carefully half pass, half chuck Ludwig's dagger back to him.
Fair enough. So you're sort of throwing
I
it on the
want to try and catch it.
table. Make an acrobatics check, I suppose.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
11. You don't manage to grasp it as it flies through the air, unfortunately. It lands on the table, but at least it didn't pierce your hand. Also, Ludwig, as the stew has now been bought out, I would like you to make a history check.
Oh, it's turtle soup.
Uh-oh.
Is there any meat in the stew?
A
There is
history
meat in
check.
the stew. Okay, I'm going to be sending you a quick private message. So,
Oh,
Tastes like Dad.
I've just got an email from Pinterest. Is that you?
no.
Is there anything else you want to do in?
Big girl's blouse on Pinterest.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not quite.
I'll
the
let
same
you
as Mum's
read that and decide what you're going to do with it.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Everyone else, I assume, is enjoying their stew?
Merrick's fasting during the daylight hours.
Fair enough. So,
I look at Merrick and say, You're really missing out, mate. This is a banging stew.
Yeah. Gonna
Don't call me
down
mate.
the stew.
I'm not your mate.
Can I have a look at the shady guys in the tavern? Do I recognise any of them?
You make an investigation check. 16. You wouldn't recognise them by sight. They definitely seem cutthroaty.
Okay.
They're gonna cut someone's throat. Right.
So, by this point, I'll assume everyone's finished eating.
Aragorn, is that you? I say, approaching one of the hooded figures.
Ryder.
I never said they were hooded. So you want to walk up and talk to one of them? Or is this a joke?
Yeah, go on, then.
No, just
Okay.
looking at him.
You walk.
No takesy backsies.
Fair enough. You walk over to the two gentlemen sat in the far corner, who immediately say, your performance went down very well. Perhaps you would like to do a private showing for us.
I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of girl.
Not where I was going, but okay. They look at you very carefully and say, "Oh yes, you appear to be male."
You'd be surprised how many times as I've heard the same, even from my lovers.
Why is it like Braille down there?
It's my effeminate elvish face, you see.
I see. I would have thought anyone
Yes, you
you'd
do
been
see.
a lover with would have surely noticed something to cause a difference.
Bloody hell.
Only my rapier.
I see.
To me.
Well, perhaps you would care to join us for around evening drinking.
Go for it, I say, and pop my arse down in a pew next to him.
Okay. So
this-
you're settling in to drink with them for the evening. What's everyone else
Go
going to be doing?
outside. Miracle
I'm,
sit with him.
You're going to go sit with the druid.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it will leave the
We'll
tavern.
move on to Balador. What are you going to do?
I'm going to ask, first of all, the landlady what her name is.
Her name is Bellara.
I say, greetings, Bellara.
Ah,
About
yes.
an hour ago.
How can I help you?
Have you got any rooms?
A room for the four of you for the evening?
Well, I'm sure they'll want a room as well, but I'm just asking for one for me. Want an
Uh,
early night.
We should. There is certainly room available for yourself. We may have to push two beds together to make it long enough for your height, but I'm sure we can manage.
Yeah, okay. I'll hire a room.
Okay. That'll be 2 gold for the evening.
Jesus, what is this bloody bath?
I hate to say it, 2 gold when a bottle of rum is 1.
Pretty
It's
good.
not that bad for a room for the evening.
Right, okay. I will pay her 2 gold pieces,
Okay.
and I will go
She
to my room.
shows you. She
Right,
shows you
okay.
up to the room.
I'm going to leave Magical Bart downstairs and keep an eye on things.
Okay. So you're walking into Magical Bart.
Yeah.
So, okay. Ludwig, you're next. What are you going to be doing?
I want to stand in like the corner of the room, getting very drunk on that bottle of rum, and just watching the guys that Minstrel are talking to. Like
Okay.
not obviously.
I'm going to say, are you trying to be obvious or are you trying to be hidden?
I'm trying to be like hidden.
Make a stealth check with disadvantage since you're getting drunk.
Can I do a stealth check for Magical Bart as well?
Sure, you can try and hide the hawk. 7. Natural 1.
That would be a
And
plus.
6, 12. Okay, you feel
Plus-
fairly well hidden in the corner. And then... Oh no, wait, 7, natural 1. You feel very conspicuous. It was with disadvantage because you were getting drunk.
I'm just getting drunk in the corner then, and I think I'm being well stealthy.
Yep, that's the one.
Swaying side to side.
21. for Bart.
21. The hawk has managed to conceal itself up in the rafters.
Maybe he's pretending to be like
A
you know,
pigeon
one of
that's flown in.
Where
Yeah.
Sorry, metagaming for a second.
Okay.
Where are the rooms? Because if
They're
there's
on the second floor.
rafters, then surely that's
There's
holding up
beams
the roof.
holding the ceiling, so they hold up the second floor.
Okay,
And don't ever call the DM Shirley again.
sorry, Shirley.
Also, getting back to you now, Minstrel, I would like you to. How long are you going to sit there drinking with them for?
Not long, because I know we've got a long day travelling ahead of us. So maybe a couple of hours.
Okay, then I need you to make 3 Constitution saving throws.
Constitution. Can I do 3d20 plus 3, or will that
And I'll just
add?
work it out. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll just do 3d20.
I'll
And
just
then
work it
plus
out
1
from
to
there.
each.
It's fine. Yeah. So, okay, so you have
One of those is
2
alright.
failures, unfortunately. So you have appeared to pass out after your first drink, and the 2 gentlemen are going to help you up to a room.
Very nice of them.
Seeing that, can I follow them?
Okay, do you want to do this stealthily?
Um,
Can try.
yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage still, because you've been getting drunk for 3 hours on a bottle of rum.
Does Bart need to stealth again to follow them, or considering he
No,
rolled?
it's been 3 hours. If he's staying downstairs, he won't have to stealth again. But if he wants to follow them up to the room, he'd have to stealth again. So 13. Okay, you think you're following them pretty well hidden?
I will roll again. It's plus. God, I keep forgetting what it is. +3. Oh,
8. And they have now unfortunately noticed the hawk flying behind them and are taking a swat at it with a nearby broom.
right.
can
I would
pull
like to come
back,
out
or-
of walk mode,
Okay.
kick open my bedroom door, and run towards them, and shout, "Why are you trying to hurt that bird?"
Because there's a bird inside? They look at you very confused by this statement.
I'm calling Clay. I'm getting Clay in here. Clay, come
Okay.
here. There's people trying to
Okay.
hurt an animal.
As you wander off downstairs to get the druid, Ludwig, you are following the 2 gentlemen to the back room upstairs, at the very end of the corridor. Minstrel, you're basically being dragged at this point.
But I would be unaware of the fact because I'm unconscious.
This is a good point.
Because
So-
otherwise, I'll be blubbering, going, "I love you, man. Thank you so much. You're so kind."
Fair enough. So, as the 2 gentlemen close the door behind them with Minstrel inside,
Oh, I'm gonna get raped.
you wish. Ludwig, what are you going to do now?
Did they lock the door?
You can try the door and find out. Oh no, make a perception check to see if you heard it lock, actually. "22. Yeah, you heard the door lock. So you wouldn't have to try it to know it was locked.
I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
Okay. So you need to make a roll with thieves' tools, which you should have, I assume.
Yeah, what do you add to that? I'm proficient in it.
So just your proficiency modifier.
Okay, no dexterity or anything.
No, because it's not a dex skill, unfortunately.
Okay. Oh,
Natural 20 again?
Nice.
Okay, so
Cheap
you
enough.
silently unlock the door. Also, at this point, Ballador, you've come back into the tavern with Clay and are being
I've
harassed.
told Clay that.
Hang on. And are now going to be harassed by the barmaid for bringing a naked man inside the bar.
I'm going to say, "Silence, woman.
At
Those
which
people tried
point
to kill my pet."
she's going to step very firmly in front of you, staring directly up at you, and poke you in the shin, because she can't reach any higher, and say, "You wanted to say what to me?"
I
Like
wanted to say, have you got a spare robe for my friend here?
I have him wait outside. I'll see what I can find.
Okay. And I give her a 1 silver.
Silver. Okay.
Need a wee again. Hang on.
Okay, that's fine. You're sat outside for the minute anyway. So, at this point, Ludwig, you're going to come into the room.
Whoa. Well, I never said I was coming into the room yet.
Oh, sorry. I figured when you unlock the door silently, that's what you were going to be planning to do next.
I'd like to quietly enter the room.
Okay, make a stealth check. I'm going to say we'll lose the disadvantage at this point.
Yes.
18. Okay, so you managed to, surprisingly for a turtle at 400 pounds, silently slip into the room.
How? Come on, Simon, you have to tell us how you do it.
To be fair, the two fellows I was drinking with have also been drinking, so
Yes.
they might be dismissing it as a green fairy syndrome. Green tortoise.
Why would you make that a drink?
I just go on my long tortoise tiptoes.
It was a very girly laugh there, Ludwig.
Hello.
And sneak in.
Tortoises
Okay.
have toes? I don't think they have toes, do they? They've got hoofs.
Yeah,
Talk
nice.
to us.
Ah,
I don't think they have hoofs.
I slide in on my belly like a penguin.
I'm looking up a tortoise right now.
maybe a bit like elephant feet.
You give them little horseshoes.
They're like little stumps with tiny little claws on them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actual.
Thankfully, he's a humanized tortoise thing,
There's
so he
other
would
animals
actually have
that
toes.
have stumps on the end of their legs, and they're called horses, and they're called hoofs.
Well, it's like the
Okay.
lockdown. He's got hands. He's got a grip of mace.
So,
He can't be like
having entered the room, you can now see they have laid Minstrel out on a very blood-stained wooden table and are sharpening some instruments.
I want to throw a dagger at the back of one of them's head.
Okay, make an attack roll for me.
Do they notice me? Do I?
No,
do I
you get sneak attack.
Oh.
18, that's going to hit. So roll for damage. We'll say you were going for the one holding who was sharpening the instruments.
It's a surprise attack.
Yeah, so he's going to do a lot of damage.
Fuck me.
I suppose as the druid's already gone inside, Merrick's going to follow. Well, not follow, but try and find him.
So 14 is enough to take
Wait.
him out.
Your daggers do 1d6.
1d4 plus 3. And then he gets 2d6 sneaking damage.
Yeah, it's only on one attack.
This is
And it's got
definitely a
a-
character that needs a sword that does an extra 3d6.
That's why I said I didn't want it. I'll give it to you.
The sneak attack one.
The short sword. Okay, so that's going to take out the first guy, at which point the other guy is going to turn around, and I will give you a free round if you want to once again try to throw a dagger.
Jesus.
I
Before
want
combat starts, to see if I can just skip drawing the map out.
to just be like, I suggest you put your weapon down and you step away from him.
Make an intimidation check. With advantage, having just brutally murdered his friend with a knife to the back of the skull.
Yeah.
18 plus 5 is 23. Jesus, okay, 23. He, at which point, has immediately just dropped the knife he was about to carve Minstrel up with and said, "Look, we don't need any trouble here. We simply do as the bar mistress commands."
Oh, the bar mistress.
Well, yes, you tasted the stew, did you not?
Oh,
It's people! Soylent Green is... I mean, the stew is people!
Oh,
Did you
dear.
not
Yeah,
get the
should have
reference
been
I sent you in that message?
Mhm.
yeah, I got the reference.
I thought that's why you were being very careful.
Yeah. I guess I kind of just want to. I guess a bit of time has gone on, and I'm just holding him up like
A bit of time.
at knife point.
Okay,
Yes,
so
a bit
you've
of
now
time.
got him standing at knife point. At which point, Minstrel, I need a Constitution saving throw.
With pleasure. This
How
is
long
going
did
to
it
be a
take
natural
you?
20.
I'm going to have Merrick come in and try and look for people because there's no one outside.
Okay.
Constitution saving.
While he's doing that, I'll carry on with the rest of you.
Yes!
2.
Oh,
No, you're still out. Oh no, natural 1. You're definitely still out. So, at which point, Minstrel, you've come in. At which point, Balador is now hastily robing Claybeard, Clay Blackbeard, even. In a old potato sack, the bar mistress even has
And
fetched one.
Clay's just going along with this. He's a very obedient druid.
I didn't
Isn't he
predict
a
this
very-
to come up as a situation. I didn't write
Isn't he
something.
a very senior druid from Godholm? We probably should have stressed that fact to her.
You probably could
Just
have
did
mentioned
holy cock.
it. I had to say, everyone who goes to that park probably sees Holy Cock.
Right.
So, mostly because there'd probably be a chicken there if you looked around hard enough. So, at this point, we'll say he's now dressed, and what are you going to do with Magical Bart? Do you want to leave him there? He's currently hiding up on the top floor.
Magical Bart is going to come with me, and I'm going to go upstairs and try and work out which room they took Minstrel to.
Okay. So, you would know he'd gone, so make a investigation check, since Magical Bart wouldn't have seen it.
I assume the door's open.
Ludwig, would you have closed it behind you as you came in?
Probably not. It probably would have made more noise to close it.
Fair, so there would be one door open at the far end.
Right. Could I just go in that one then? Do I need to roll?
No, you can get away with not rolling, since there would actually be an open door.
Right, I'm going to burst in. And I'm going to say, where's the bastard that tried to hit my pet?
At which point you can see him lying with a knife in the back of his skull.
I am going to behead him.
Okay, make an attack roll for no good reason.
Still got fucking the wrong thing on my paste. That is a
12.
13.
13, I stand corrected, sorry. 13. So it's a corpse, it's not going to be dodging much, so you do manage to take its head off with the axe.
I turn to Ludwig and I say, it's okay, I got him. And then I turn to the other guy and I say, who are you? Are you with him?
I simply work here. All I do is procure for the bar mistress.
I ask Ludwig who he is.
I don't know. They just pulled our idiot half-elf friend into this horrible blood-stained room and then had weapons out.
Oh, so
I killed one.
he's with the Hawk Beater.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to behead him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
One day I am actually going to paste the right thing.
It's fine. 3.
10.
10. He manages to duck out the way and is now scrambling towards the door as quickly as he can.
Okay.
Does anyone want to try and stop him?
I want to just flying jump into him like a rugby tackle.
As Merrick's making his way into the room, will he catch him on the way?
He'll be running towards you. You could try and grab him with an athletics check, and Ludwig also make an athletics check to try and ram into the back of him.
Athletics isn't
14.
brilliant, but I think I get +1.
Can I make a roll as well?
Yeah,
Or I guess
13,
my
yeah.
action was trying to kill him, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of. But I'll say, we've got 2 people trying to stop him. Okay, so at which point, as Merrick comes to the door and Ludwig charges him, he kind of gets sandwiched in between the 2 of you, and you hear a nice as his spine seems to go.
Is he still alive? I asked Ludwig.
Looking him over, Ludwig, you can see him still breathing, but he doesn't seem conscious.
I would like to behead him.
He's got sandwiched between 2 sort of several £100 creatures.
23.
23 hits. Roll for damage, because he's not dead yet.
Really? Oh, God. I can't even remember what my damage is. It's 1d12, isn't it?
1d12 plus 1 plus strength modifier.
Oh. So...
If you're using the great axe.
1d12 plus 5.
Fair.
And I'm not using Green Flame Blade because I feel like I probably don't need it.
7. let's see if I'm working out what that meaning would have done from 2.
Please don't tell me I failed to behead an unconscious man.
You have, in fact, failed to behead an unconscious man. You have taken a good swing and a fair chunk, and he's now bleeding on the floor, but he's not actually dead.
I say to Ludwig, look, I beheaded that man.
Pointing to the wrong one.
Can I stamp on him with my enormous bulk?
Sure, make a melee attack.
Why? We're so,
I don't know why. Also, for the
we're
record,
evil. We are
you
evil.
can move yourself off from lawful good to just good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a criminal.
You don't know that. You just walked into a room. You got sandwiched in between you and Ludwig. Balador took a swing, and
Well,
you've now stamped his head in.
There's an unconscious minstrel on the floor.
He's on a table.
Yeah, well, on the table, unconscious.
The blood
There's a
stain.
dead guy.
I
Open a knife in
might
his
have
head.
hemorrhoids. Blood is easily explainable.
Also,
It's happened
Minstrel,
before.
Another guy
one
ran
more
at me.
constitution check for me.
Hold on,
Uh,
before you do that, I would like to give him advantage by giving him a sip of my Furbolg spirit.
That's not going to be advantage for this.
Some Furbolg spirit onto his lips and then sort of lightly tap him on the cheeks as if to wake him up.
Okay, make
Oh, I might be able to
it
give
with advantage since
I might
he's
be able to-
slapping you to wake you up.
might be able to give him guidance if it's on an ability check.
oh my! What?
I can give
Okay,
him
we may just have
guidance.
to wait for this to wear off.
Anyway,
could've
I'm going to
given
now
guidance,
ask
couldn't I?
Ludwig to explain what exactly went on in here.
They took our idiot friend up. He was laying on a table. There's blood everywhere. They had weapons out. So I stabbed one in the back of the head, and
Wait,
then
there
you
was-
got here.
There was blood before you stabbed him in the back of the head?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
and
a-
then I'm
it's
going
a
to go and
good
pull the
thing.
dagger out of the back of his head and take it back.
But what's
Did
been
they
going
say
on?
anything to you? Did they tell you why this happened?
What were they doing? Yeah, why were they doing it?
The one that's on the floor next to us now said that he was just procuring stuff for the owner of the tavern.
Hmm.
For the owner of the
What?
tavern, eh?
What kind of
Yeah.
stealing?
Minstrel, one more try.
I'll give him guidance. He can roll a d4 as well
Okay.
on ability checks. I think.
11. Okay, that's fine. So you've now managed to come around from the effects and are starting to wake up groggily.
As I wake up groggily, I take a glance around the room and go, "Not again! Why does this happen every time I drink?"
Wasn't your fault this time, Elf.
Oh, dear. So, we'll assume you quickly catch him up to where the rest of you were so you can brief the conversation.
Oh, I know what I've just thought something I can do. Were you going to say something, though? Sorry.
That's fine, carry on. Go with what
I
you want
would
to
like to use my ring of X-ray to try and have a gander at downstairs to see what the bar woman's up to, the landlady's up to. Now I've heard that she
She's
is.
currently standing at the bar.
Are there any,
She doesn't seem to have heard what was going on.
But is
Who's
she
in the bar?
standing at the bar suspiciously?
Yeah, is she standing at the bar suspiciously?
Well, do we leave, or are we going to do something about
Um,
it?
I need you to make a concentration check, so just roll a d20 for me. Don't add anything.
But Balador is really good at concentrating.
Yeah, but you'll work out why in a minute. 6. You don't notice anything suspicious because you're caught from the fact you're looking at her from above, and all you can see is down her top.
Oh, okay. Can I
She's
also
rather
check if
buxom
there's
as
anybody
well,
else in the pub, though? Am I allowed to do that?
Look around the rest of the
Looking in
pub.
the other rooms and looking in the bar and just generally.
So
see.
as you look around underneath you, you can only look through one wall, so you can only see into the main bar area. You can't see back into the kitchen from where you are.
Okay, but I can see the neighbouring rooms, I presume.
You can see the other rooms, yeah. They all appear to be sleeping quarters.
Okay. I
This,
would like
this
to.
alone seems to be the only murder room.
I would like to say to the party, it appears we've stumbled into a trap house, not the one where you buy crack, but the one where you get kidnapped, murdered, and they steal your stuff. We could either fight them openly, or we could do what I suggest, which is climb through that window, and I point to the window, and then burn the place to the ground as we flee.
Minstrel approves of the burning the place behind ground idea.
And although Merrick may not be entirely lawful at this point, he's still good. So I'm going to oppose that plan.
So maybe you could agree and just then shout fire.
I could do that. But
I would like to look at Merrick as he agrees to do this and call him a murderer.
I'll go down and
completely
and
oblivious to the hypocrisy of me calling him a murderer.
Right, I'm looking to Ludwig for his opinion.
Okay,
I want to just loot the dead guy, and that's what I'm focusing on right now.
Okay. So are you just going to put the dead guy up on the bloodstained table and then walk away?
I wanted to loot him. But,
loot
while they're talking, I'll be like, yeah, whatever you guys want, I'm down with that.
Find several. Make an investigation check. Obviously, you find the torturer's tools regardless. You also find a small coin purse with 4 gold and 6 silver in it,
I would have thought he'd had a large coin.
as well as a small vial of liquid.
Oh, what sort of liquid?
Come.
Do you want to taste it and find out?
What color? What color is it? Do I know anything about it?
Opening the top of the vial, it appears to be colourless and odourless, but definitely thicker than water.
Oh,
You make a quick investigation check. You've just done one, so do one more. 20. You make the assumption that this is probably what they use to knock minstrel out.
Can I just say, or rather, while this is going on, I'd like to pick up one of the corpses and lay it on the table. I'd like to remove his spleen, please. I'd like a human spleen.
Jesus.
Okay.
Neutral.
I need you to make a
Chaotic.
survival check to see if you know what a spleen is or how to remove one.
It's not evil at all. It's these guys just tried to do the same to me. It's what I would say is poetic justice.
I would describe that as chaotic.
Poetic justice.
Actually, chaotic trying to remove
1d20 plus 0.
14. You do manage to cut his stomach open and find his spleen. However, you split it a bit too close to the adjoining areas and it pours open a bag full of blood everywhere.
That's all right. Have I got the spleen?
You have the spleen, but it's currently empty. It's not still full of blood.
Is the spleen usually full of blood?
You've just got a dried up old
think it is.
spleen now.
I'll tell you what, I'm not entirely sure the spleen is.
I mean, it's got to have
Google is coming up very quickly.
Doesn't the spleen produce bile? Or is that
Yeah.
But
I think
it's
it's-
got to have,
Oh no, that's gallbladder.
it's got to have blood
Gallbladder's
flow
bile, isn't
to
it?
it, so it must bleed somewhat. It's got blood going into it.
Um,
Otherwise it wouldn't do anything, would it?
What does the spleen do?
what?
It
Why
acts
is
as
that?
a filter for blood as part of the immune system.
No,
So it is full of blood cleaning it.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Minstrel what the fuck he's doing.
that's now just empty.
Right, I would like to turn to Ludwig and Minstrel and say, are you guys finished? Because I want to burn this place to the ground.
I nods. That
Okay, what do you
justice has
start
finally
with
been
the file?
served.
Well, at that point, I'm gonna run downstairs to try and warn some people.
Warn the
Actually,
murderers.
I would actually like to try channel divinity on the barmaid.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Tell her to halt, stay still.
Oh, as Balador burning the place down.
But as I do that, I would like to shout for everyone else to get out.
I actually my view of Merrick with this suggestion has improved a
We haven't
margin.
succeeded yet.
But I haven't
He's
succeeded.
run
but
out of the room, so
I've tried.
Yeah, so it's a wisdom saving throw against your spell save, isn't it?
It's
So
against 14.
14, yeah. She's not going to make it, so she is frozen in place.
And then I'm going to tell everyone else to get out.
right. Upon
There's a
hearing this
fire.
commotion, I've decided that we don't need to go through the window, and we just go through the main entrance.
And everyone can get out. But, well, because I assume the two guys who attacked might have been the only two. Otherwise, more would have gone, maybe.
Mm.
And then obviously that woman's in it.
How do
so-
how do they
And
react?
my view is it was only those two who harmed me. So
She can
I
burn
mean,
her crimes.
You're
As
happy.
far-
Everyone's run out to the cart, and you've grabbed Clay on the way past.
Clay's
It's
with me.
definitely out.
He's like he's just like this little senile old man that just follows me around now.
Well,
I dressed
just
him in a
thought-
potato jacket or whatever you called it. Potato
and
sack.
then Merrick's now going to be very shaken because I've just realised what I've done, where she's conscious and aware
Yeah.
that she's just stuck,
She's standing there until the place is now
burning.
caught fire. Oh, by the way, am I to assume you're going to immediately hop back on the cart and start running?
Well, we haven't burned it down yet. We're just
I
outside.
thought you lit the fire.
No, I'm going to what? All right, I'm going to find some spirits from behind the bar, pour them all over the place, and then after I've left, here we go. I'm going to use my mage hand to throw a torch into the pub.
Okay, so at least no one actually saw you start the fire because it was done by
Hmm.
mage hand.
That's
Yeah.
okay then.
So, am I assuming you're absconding after this?
I'm
Do
not
we need
quite. I want to see the flame take hold first.
Well, you'll be able to see it on the way to
I
Pendle.
would like to gesture to Minstrel that we can watch it from afar because it's
From the
night and
road.
we can see the light from a long way away.
Okay.
Good point. Okay, yeah.
It is
Let's,
also now coming to evening, so it's about to get dark, so you better see it burning for a while.
I want to go straight out the window, straight out of here.
Okay, so you jump on the cart. We'll say Clay immediately peels off his new potato sack, throws it to the
I'd
floor, and
also
turns
like
back into an
to-
ox.
I'd also like to do a running jump out the window.
Make a acrobatics check.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I do need a wee.
He
but
just got out the window normally. You want to make a running
Yeah.
jump.
I need a wee. But I
Oh,
want to see this roll.
Plus 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh yes.
23. You
Right.
managed to perfectly stick the landing and land conveniently right next to your cart.
I calmly get inside the cart and sit on one of the seats.
Okay. So, with everyone now on the cart,
I would like to turn to Ludwig and say we forgot to get our money back for those pies.
it was Stu.
Oh wait, hold on, it was a tab, wasn't it? We didn't even pay. Nice.
No, you hadn't paid for the meal that you were going to pay at the end. You did pay for the room. However,
Oh shit.
also, Ludwig, is there something you want to tell them?
No,
Okay. So we'll assume the cart's now pulled off into the darkness. As the sun begins to set, you can see the fire spreading on the tavern, and then you can see the fire starting to spread to the next building, and the next building.
No, 'cause I pretend not to see that.
Hang on, I've got a roll to see how far this thing's fucking going. And the next building. And the next building.
What's happening?
Hey, Merrick,
And the
Merrick,
next building.
look what you've
Yeah.
done.
Merrick, are we the baddies?
I don't know. I just went to the toilet. I missed that.
Oh, the fire started spreading along the entire village. I'm
Well,
just seeing how bad the damage is.
I
Hang on.
assume if they heard the first lot of people running out, they might have at least gone outside. But
Keep
my
telling yourself that.
Oh, mate.
I've already removed the lawful part. So.
Yep. And you didn't start the fire.
Hmm.
So, okay, it
You
has
didn't
finally
start
stopped
the
spreading
fire.
before it reached the walls of the city. Or the town, even. It's only a small town.
I did only let
Um,
the evil woman, but
Yes, I was to say, which is still considered a good act for some reason. I don't know why.
that was justice. That's what it was.
Fair enough. So as you pulled off into the thing, you can now see them beginning to get the flames under control. There may be an investigation.
Don't need to go there again.
I would.
maybe in the car I'll suggest like. Now, I'm happy we did that, but maybe we should let Merrick have a bit more input on our plans in the future. I feel like he's a calming influence that this group definitely needs, and I'm just like, look at a minstrel. Because
I'm very pleased by that announcement as it's further cementing my leadership.
I see
I
Ludwig.
I noticed Ludwig looking at me, and I'd just like to say to him, I don't know. Whatever you're talking about, I was unconscious the whole time.
You ripped the guy's spleen out, you nut job.
Oh no, he was already dead. It's just poetic justice for what he was going to do to me, presumably.
Isn't poetic justice when it's like justice, but kind of
Look,
real?
look. I'm a bard. I know a lot about poetry, and that was definitely poetic justice.
He did actually.
I remember back to the poem that he did in the pub, and joyfully agree with him.
That was somewhat like an award-winning poem.
So I'm going to ask one quick question. Are you going to camp near the town, or are you going to carry on into the darkness as far as you can?
Well, surely we're following the road, aren't we?
We're going to have to go.
You've had to go off the main roads. You're now on the trails to get to Pendle. You're heading towards the forest.
Maybe we
I
could
would like
get
to ask Clay Davis if he knows the way.
Clay will turn back into a human at this point, having slowed and pulled up, and say, the trail seems simple. We could at least get to the forest's edge before needing to stop this evening. We could set up outside there and then head in the morning.
We can sit by the river and try and camp.
Yeah, I was going to say the river in between the forest and Pendle and Cleethorpes would be about the right sort of area to stop.
I'd be happy with
I
that.
see. So we've got to the river between Cleethorpes and Pendle, have we?
Yeah, so you'd be about there. So you've still got to go through the little ring of forest that seems to show up around Pendle for some reason.
Clay's already said he can't see in the dark too well, so
it's probably not worth risking it to travel on at night.
Right, let's make camp at the river, and I bet you can't guess what Balador wants to do.
Go fishing?
Yep.
You did eat before you left, so you don't need to mark off rations even if you don't fish.
Balador wants to go fishing.
I want to eat fish that Balador's caught.
He has to catch them first. Make a survival check.
Survival is 0.
Okay, so just a flat D20 roll.
Roll. Why are you rolling? That worries me. That makes me nervous.
It's just seeing you're rolling against the fish.
Rolling against a land shark that's going to come and eat me.
No, they're somewhere else. I mean...
12.
12. Unfortunately, you don't manage to catch any fish.
Okay.
I'd like to do a backflip.
Just for fun?
Yep,
Or...
just for fun and practice.
Okay, we'll call it a performance check then.
Oh, okay.
Got to test your fitness after your ordeal.
Yeah, make sure I'm back to peak performance. Before.
I was going to say, technically, performance check could be like mime if you wanted it to. The mime is the lowest.
20 plus 6.
20. So you managed to perform a nice springy backflip.
Balador is very
back to normal.
Ludwig, I liked you before, but now my feelings are becoming much stronger.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
You want to share a tent?
Yes.
I'd like to give him a toothy grin. Yeah, about these tents, by the way, how are we carrying them around?
They're on the cart.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Yeah, at least that.
You've got a cart to take any heavy things, and they're only bits of cloth you're basically using as tents and propping up with some sticks.
And we've got an ox druid.
Pulling it, yeah.
I'd like to share a tent with Balador and prop a tent up with 2 different kind of sticks.
Balador's too shy to share a tent with you.
Also, it wouldn't be very far off your face.
That was a very sly dig at them. He's testing your manhood.
Well, I suppose I go to sleep.
Yeah, Merrick's going to very happily.
Yeah, magical part, as usual, is going to be on watch.
Okay.
High up in the sky.
Or sitting on a tent, either way kind of works, but sure. Okay.
Well,
so
I know you're desperately trying to kill him in any way you can, so I assume
Fair
it's
enough.
harder to kill if he's high up in the sky.
It depends what's flying over.
Oh, shit.
As I say, take a pick. Where do you want him?
I don't want him at all.
You want to
I'm gonna
hide
put
him
him
and
in
just
my
have no
pocket.
watch?
I'm putting him in my mage pocket.
Okay.
And I'm
He
saying
goes
to
to
the
the
party,
pocket dimension.
I'll let
I'm
Merrick.
saying-
Merrick can take watch, I think.
Sure. So you'll
It's
take watch for
time
half the night and then do your full rest after.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is anyone else going to take this latter half of the watch, or?
Sure.
Okay, Ludwig's going to take the latter half. So, as the evening wears on, I need Merrick to make a perception check.
My perception +3. Come on.
15. Okay, you don't notice anything during your watch, and Ludwig, I'll need you to make one as well. 18. And you do notice several white lights passing overhead.
Like in the sky.
In the sky.
Like the ghosts.
Planes.
Stars. Satellites.
What? Do I have any idea what they might be?
You look up and see... make an investigation check. 10. You're not sure. They're too far out of your line of sight, and you don't see as well in the dark as the others.
Actually, I don't see in the dark at all. So should I have done the perception with
You
disadvantage?
didn't manage to make the check, regardless.
I suppose they are
Okay.
lights.
I'll say you could spot lights travelling in the dark. That wouldn't be a problem.
I want to try and wake up Merrick and get him to have a look at them because they look weird.
So,
I can still see them. Yeah.
also at this point, so Merrick, make an investigation check,
Investigation.
as he will have directed you to them.
Yeah, 10
Also 10. All you can see is the two moons in the sky.
on.
Two moons.
Yeah, you guys haven't asked any questions about the world, so I'm going to have to start tucking some information in. Now,
Oh,
there are two moons, but not always.
Oh, maybe that's a good omen.
One's an egg.
One is not an egg. They are, in fact, also not white. One is blue and one is red.
Right. Is it time for breakfast yet?
The rest of the evening wears on without anything being noticed or being an incident. So, yes, you've now woken up and are sorting out breakfast if you want to.
I would like
Would-
to ask Clay if he could kindly lay me an egg for breakfast.
He says, I can't lay you an egg, but I can. And he begins casting a spell and grows a small bush which has some pears on it.
Pairs of what? Eggs.
No, just pears, the fruit.
Oh. I reluctantly take a pear and pretend to enjoy it.
Okay.
Just gonna eat
I
the
want to
ration.
eat rations and refuse to eat the
Fruit.
weird magic fruit.
That weird peasant food.
Fair enough. I'm surprised no one made a crack about the fact he grew a bush, but
Oh yeah.
I was just quite surprised he grew a pear.
He manned up. Yeah. Although I would like to
Well,
point out,
what are his thoughts on our genocide just then? Our
He's
massacre.
going to say, as I'll assume you explained vaguely what had happened.
Well, he was there.
He was there. He saw some of it, and you've explained
He saw me
everything
beheading
else he didn't
corpses.
quite see, like them drugging you and taking you upstairs. I'm going to say, based on his personality, oh god, this is hard. I didn't expect this to happen while you had it.
Can I just quickly say, I imagine Clay to look like the guy out of The Life of Brian who's guarding the juniper.
That's
yeah.
exactly it.
I was.
I thought of him as
my
I
head
say,
as well.
like juniper bushes.
Without that voice, because I
What was
can't
that?
do that voice.
it was one of the Disney films. I'm sure there was a guy. During some commotion, he got broken out of a cage and then fell into some stocks or something. Like it's an old guy with a really long white beard. Like,
Oh yeah,
all his
I remember
body. Yeah, I can't remember what it was in. It might have been Robin Hood or something.
that. It might have been.
I'm free, and then he got stuck again. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
I look for that now.
So I'm gonna say that he seems to understand why you did what you did, but doesn't seem to approve. You may want to keep an eye on that.
Wait, we just told him that we burnt the place down.
He saw you burn the place down. What
Can
you
I
told
try
him
and
is
convince him that the reason we burnt it down is because they tried to kill my animal because they hate animals and they are against nature.
make a persuasion check.
Oh, Nice. I can use my my -1. Yeah.
While this is going on, I'm strumming my lute.
Posted in the Facebook group what the guy I keep thinking of Clay, but
Yeah, I just
without clothes.
14. He
13.
seems to accept this as an explanation,
So 13.
but he's still rather upset you may have killed people.
I say I didn't personally kill anyone. I just beheaded corpses.
No, you
You
set the
also
fire.
lit the fire, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me. That was
Yeah.
I think one of my friends did it with their magic powers, but I'm just a warrior. I don't have any magic powers.
I see.
Hmm.
And the hawk you keep putting away into a strange dimension.
I don't know what you're talking about. My orc's always around. And
It's just a very deep pocket.
I mean, when I put him away, I just like mentally command him, and he disappears. It's not like I literally pick him up and put him in my pocket.
He would kind of vortex out in my mind. So, like, imagine like a small purple ring appearing around him and just sort of disappearing.
Like in Pokemon or something. When they shoot.
Yeah, kind of. Just sort of disappearing into a dot in the middle of nowhere.
I'd just say to Clay that he's a magic pet that I found, and I assumed he was like you, some kind of weird magical thing that turns into things.
Fair enough.
The rest of the party does realise that you set the fire. So, maybe not him, I guess.
Yeah,
I suppose he hasn't... Actually,
I openly suggested it to the whole party.
hold up. Did you use Mage Hand in front of him before?
In front of Clay?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Don't think
Did
so.
we not? We only met Clay this session, didn't we?
Hmm.
Yeah, you used
Oh.
Mage Hand once before lighting the fire, though. I can't remember what it was for.
Oh yeah, to throw the silver piece in the lake.
Yeah, so he would have been there for that.
No, because
No,
we
that
went
was
to see the
Bart
druids
who did
after
that.
that.
No, that was when you went to get the car after it had been repaired.
I'm sure you used Magical Bart to drop the coin, didn't you?
He did.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. Okay, so he doesn't know you could have used Mage Hand. Fair enough.
God, I'm glad you guys can remember.
Okay, so yeah, so he now knows one of you can generate a spectral hand. Because he would have seen it. Lighting the fire. We'll say...
I nudge him and suggest that the cleric is likely to have a magic
He
mage
hasn't
hand.
even asked.
He hasn't asked anyone, but he does now know it. That's for my reference.
Okay.
Right.
I
So
assume
the
Ludwig
more-
is
So
now
the two
passed
will
on
be
the info.
carrying on to Pendle.
Yes.
I assume Ludwig passed on the info that the lights flew over. And that
Yeah, he told you. It's up to you. He hasn't said he wants to tell anyone else. So.
I'll tell everyone, but as they were
Mhm.
lights flying over, we were on the hunt for ghosts. It could very well have been something to do with that.
Which direction
We
were the
don't know.
lights going, Ludwig?
Overhead, but that's not all I heard.
Ludwig?
They would have been
Come here,
heading
smoke.
past and away from Pendle. They would have been heading towards the Spire Mountains.
There you go.
Heading towards the Spire Mountains east.
And you're currently south of Pendle, so they weren't heading there.
Simon here?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I didn't know what direction they were going, so I was letting Craig answer.
okay. So, yeah, okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think we should head into Pendle, as that's why we're here for now.
Fair enough.
And we will go to Spire Mountain, I'm sure.
Okay.
I
So,
would very much like to.
finding the trail into the woods. What was that roll for?
I was just, don't worry.
Okay.
did we swim?
Finding the trail into Pendle, you find the bridge that crosses over the river. And now coming along the small cart through the relatively short and tranquil wood into Pendle. It seems like a nice town. Everyone there seems to be no problem. Mostly older people live here.
Humans?
No, you haven't seen any humans as of yet. Primarily you can see dwarves, gnomes, and halflings, the shorter races.
We're going to be proper giants in this place.
Yes, you are. As you pull up to the town, some youths are sitting around on the outer walls, just throwing stones at the trees. Nothing out of the ordinary. So, as you pull into town, what do you want to do?
Forgotten who we're supposed to look for, but
I would like to say to the youths,
I think we should do that.
you keep your eyes off my cart.
You were supposed to report to the head librarian.
I guess we can take our cart into the main place and try and stable it somewhere. See if Clay wants to go.
Yelka. So you want to try and find somewhere to leave the cart. Make a quick investigation check.
Check my investigation. Cool. Oh, fuck. Oh.
17. You can see as you come towards the main section of town, the obvious largest building up the far end is what you would assume would be the library. There's mostly... oh, sorry. Oh, there's mostly small houses, and there seems to be nowhere you could spot that would actually be set up to tie up the cart. However, as you can't see any animals here, you assume no one else is going to pull it without Clay.
I can leave it outside the library, I guess, if we're going that way.
Sure.
I would like to ask Clay if he would mind watching our cart.
Yes, of course. I will wait here while you're dealing with your business.
Good. And I will offer him a sip of Furbolg spirit.
Which he gladly takes and drinks directly from the thing. Bear with me. No, he's fine.
Of course he's fine. He's a bloody ox.
He's turned back into a human if he's speaking to you.
Can be an ox.
He can be an ox. He would currently be a little bit drunk ox.
He's not going anywhere for a little while.
As you head towards the library, I'm going to assume.
Yep. I'll follow Merrick.
Who's going to be heading in first?
I guess I am.
Okay.
Ludwig and I presume Ludwig and Minstrel coming as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm following from the rear.
Okay. So
I want to try and keep Minstrel in front of me.
Okay, this is a competition. We'll say you're next to each other.
I want to try and stay behind Ludwig.
Oh god. Roll.
Okay. It's fine from there. We'll just say you two are basically circling each other at the back.
Just walking.
Each of you just slowing down and speeding up, trying to get around the other.
Take a bit longer than us.
Merrick,
Up the front.
as you walk in, I'd say late 30s halfling immediately throws herself at you, seeing the... Also, by the way, I actually need to ask something. Which of you actually bothered putting on like the badges from the Adventurers Guild?
You
You
got
each
back
give
to
that.
the guild.
I
don't think
not.
I put it on, but I have it on me.
So you wouldn't be wearing it in a minute.
I'm adding it to
right
my
now,
inventory
no.
right now.
I don't have one.
I do
You don't have
it in
one.
I have it in my jewelry tab.
Oh, you have it in your jewelry tab. We'll assume you're wearing it then,
Oh, okay.
since you actually remember to put it there.
I don't know if I said I put it on or not, but yeah, I've got it on me. So.
Fair enough. We'll assume you put it on to make my life easier.
Cool.
Ludwig, sorry.
So, as you're walking first, as soon as she spots the badge pinned on your vestments, she immediately throws herself at you and says, "Thank God you're here.
Yep, we
There's
are.
been so much going wrong. All the enchantments seem wrong. All the things go wrong. Books are trying to kill me."
We had
Never
heard you had a
fear,
problem
meek
with ghosts, but I didn't know quite what they were doing.
They seem to have messed up all the magic of this place.
Do you know where our best bet for searching is? Are they
Well,
in this area generally?
I'll be honest, I don't actually go into the library. Allow me to demonstrate, at which point she says... Overview... Cities... An adventurer's guide to Dwarfholm, at which point a book flies off the shelf and comes to our hand. That's how we normally fetch books from the library.
Oh, let's see.
However, only the books in this room seem to be working. All the other ones seem to just not show up, and I'm not sure what's going on with them. We're fairly sure some ghost must have possessed the enchanting room just before the sealed section of the library. There is, unfortunately, and I will have to ask you to stay out of there, a small sealed section filled with banned books at the back of this library.
What kind of books are banned here?
Unfortunately, they are somewhat difficult to deal with, even at the best of times. One of them has been known to challenge people to fights. It can talk normally, but it can't get out of the sealed section.
Okay.
What?
I guess if any of the parties listening, they can know
Having
that.
heard you
I
say
won't tell.
what to that quite loudly, she looks at you and says, I'm not sure. When I took over, I was told this has happened like more than once, so we just don't walk into the library anymore. We sit here, we call for the book you want, we give you the book. That is the library system.
I think that means we should go in.
I
Yeah.
also agree with Merrick. I'm fully prepared to fight some books.
Okay. So I'm going to be setting out this because this is our first dungeon section.
It's a library.
It is a library, but the library is set out like a dungeon.
No, it's a library.
I will need my
Don't
camera.
argue with the DM then.
Aren't they called instances? Or is that just
A dungeon instance would be a technical term if you wanted it to.
Can we call it a raid?
If you get to the last boss, you can call it a raid.
Is it 10 man or 25 man?
At least it's not a pug.
Or-
Is it 40 man?
It's a dungeon. Dungeon 4-man team. Far
Yeah.
more normal.
You can't queue without 5.
It's
No,
not
you
a pug,
can queue with 4. You just need to look for an extra one.
if it's Mythic Plus.
It's Clay. Clay's our pug.
He's left immediately.
Yeah, he's sitting by the car, isn't he?
Wait, he's I thought he was looking after the. What do you mean he's left?
No, as in, like, he's not with the rest of the group.
He's joined the group and then he's just sitting AFK at the start. It's like full dungeon.
It's like playing with Ludwig.
Oh.
Oh,
The rest of you here will say you ended up like that to begin with. So, you can see the corridor stretching ahead, and obviously this is the entrance you came in. You can see the corridor stretching ahead. You can see 60 feet, can't you?
Yeah,
2, 3.
my bat shield.
So you can
is it light?
It's magically lit, so it's dim light throughout the entire location.
Okay.
which I can see as normal light because I'm an orc.
Fair enough. So
I can also see his normal light.
I think I can because of my shield. Actually. I've still got equipped.
Okay.
I'm squinting.
You can follow behind. It'll be all right.
So you could see probably from there that sort of section. So you can see the large room at the end of the corridor
There
as it
books,
stretches out.
Guys, I believe there is a large room at the end of the corridor.
are there books lining the corridor?
The corridor itself doesn't have books, but you can see a 4-story high bookshelf at the back of the room you're looking down into.
I think I'll take a cautious walk down that corridor.
I will push my
I'm in
way
front.
past Merrick and
Oh.
take an uncautious walk straight into the room.
Okay, so you're heading straight into the room. Merrick, you're following. Is everyone else following?
We'll follow, yeah.
I'm following slowly.
Okay, we'll say you two ended up in that order then. Merrick,
would
is
like
that
to-
okay with you? You're at the back at the moment.
I would like to exclaim that there is nothing to be scared of from a bunch of possessed books.
Okay. At
Don't
which
forget.
point, I'm going to need initiative rolls out of everyone.
Yeah, that's where I don't do very well.
Wait, that's the whole done. The whole Oh no! Oh,
It's still
We're on
going.
the
That's just
corridor.
what you can see at this point. As
Okay.
multiple books begin coming off the shelves towards you.
can I read them?
You could try.
I'm. Hold on. I'm back. I'm here. I'm with you.
As you come into the room, you can also see the entire room is lined with books. So, Minstrel gets 14. I need to open another pack of dungeon dice. I do not have enough d20s to roll out for this one in one go.
Dear.
I'll say, it's alright. I'm a fairly hoardy dice goblin. I have loads of dice overall. I just take them out the packs.
I need to get some dice.
Well, at the minute you can play digitally with yours.
Do you get them online then? Or?
Yeah, I've got mine online. I've got a few nice sets, and I've got a few of the sets I'm using, like the plastic ones,
I
just
used
because
to
they're easier.
have a load of dice, but
Ludwig, I still need a. No, you have done your roll. Yeah, 10. Sorry, I missed that one.
mine's 5, by the way, if that makes a difference.
5. Okay. So, turn order.
No. Yeah.
Turn order will be book 1, book 2, then Minstrel, then Merrick, then book 3, then Ludwig, then book 4, then
I
book
rolled a 9.
5, then Ballador.
I think Ludwig's before me.
Shit,
Oh yeah, sorry, I had that wrong.
Then me, I think.
the worst part is I'm literally blocking the hallway, and I got the worst initiative.
Oh.
Right,
No, you're right. They're just
You're going
books.
to be taking a few hits.
They are currently floating books.
Okay.
Currently,
Wait for it. As far as you can see at the moment, there are floating books.
Could be something holding a book.
You just can't necessarily see it. So, book 1 is going to make its move first from the back as it flies down in front of Ballador and makes its attack roll. Gets a total of 14.
it is not a hit.
Okay. Next is book 2.
I think we can fairly assume that I put my armor back on after saving.
Yeah, you didn't have to take it off to get him. It was only knee deep.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, good.
Book 2 is going to break a roll and get a total of 19.
Oof.
I'm going to have to use a spell slot.
Okay, you want to use your spell slot already?
Yeah, I'm using a spell slot. I'm using shield.
Okay. So it's going to miss thanks to shield. Next we come to Minstrel. Who is here.
I'd like to. Can I see
It's a
Ballador
narrow.
from where I am?
You can mainly just see Merrick's back.
Fuck's sake. Okay, is there any room above Merrick?
You could try and climb over him if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do a running. Well, not a running, a jump over him.
So you're going to parkour over the top of the giant elephant man.
Doesn't he
Okay,
got to
make an athletics check to see if you can manage that.
1 sec. Athletics. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Arthur
What is
who?
the difference between athletics and acrobatics?
Acrobatics is like doing a standing backflip. Athletics is trying to make an athletic feat. For example, running a great distance, climbing, etc.
Athletics is like weightlifting. Acrobatics is ballerina.
Gymnastics. Maybe.
Ballerina.
Ballet.
Let me just
Ballet.
work it out.
God,
+3, -1, +2. Okay.
Ballerinaing.
I really need to stop drinking.
8.
So you managed to get up and see over the top of him, but you are now stuck because you did not get enough momentum up to move.
Okay.
Stuck on me. Is it?
No,
Yeah.
he's currently stuck like Spider-Maning in between the two walls.
Ah,
Arms are outspread, so he's now looking up the top. You can now see clearly into the room. Ludwig, you're up next.
I can't see shit or get to shit, can I?
Not really.
I'm just going to stand here and just be ready to hit something if it comes near me.
Okay, so you're holding your turn. Next up is Merrick.
I might
You might
Just-
consider the push action.
tempted, but I might actually, for now, use my cantrip
Okay.
guidance on Balador.
Guidance on Balador. Okay.
She'll add a D4 to his ability check.
His next ability check, or
Yeah.
whenever he wants.
Well, his next turn,
Sure.
if he wants to use it anyway. Same way as that Bardic Inspiration, I think.
Okay. So, book 3 is now going to move to Balador and make an attack.
My initiative roll was quite bad.
Gets a total of 19. Your shield remains to your next turn, doesn't it? So that's not going to hit.
Oh, nice. That's good.
So next, book 4 is also going to move for an attack, and 5, so I can just roll them both at once.
I mean, can they even get a 22?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
They get 2 20s.
Ah.
So, not quite.
Not quite.
Okay, now we come to Balador.
Right. Just metagaming for a little second here. Is there any way I can find out what these things are? Like, can I just roll to find out what they are, or?
At the minute, the obvious answer is flying books.
Right.
Do you want to try and work out what's causing them to move?
Yeah, is that a bonus action?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check as a
I will
bonus
tr-
action, I suppose.
I will try to make an
And
investigation.
don't forget, you've got Merrick's guidance. You can add 1d4 to that if you want to.
Do I have to do that before I roll, or?
No, you can do it after, the same as when you're doing your bardic inspiration.
Okay, so I'm going to roll this. Here's my investigation check. I don't think I need to add bardic inspiration to that, or cleric inspiration.
Nothing you can see is physically moving the book. However, you feel there is a definite magical sense.
Magical sense.
Oh.
Just in terms of the game, would I be able to know if they are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead?
These would technically be constructs.
I know that, do I?
Well, they're books, so they're an item at this stage. You're not sure what's moving them still. You know it's something magical.
Okay. In that case, I will hit a book with green flame blade.
Sure. So make an attack roll.
1d20 plus 7.
21's going to hit. So roll for damage and add green flame blade. What level are you now? 4.
4, yeah.
Yeah, so next level it changes. So it's just add your intelligence modifier to the next guy, isn't it? So 8.
And then I need to add 1d8. 16.
16. Okay.
And then 2
book
to
is-
the other one.
And 2 to which one next to it? Which one are you going for, by the way? You're surrounded by 5 of them.
I'm going for the one I'm trying to hit is the one on my immediate left.
This one?
Yeah. And then
So
the other one is
Flame blade passes to that one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So that one's taken 16, and that's fire damage it does, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so the fire damage gets doubled. They're books. So in total, that adds up to 24. So you managed to take out one of them, and the other one has been singed lightly on the edge.
Right.
You can still move.
Yeah, the question is, do I get 4 attacks of opportunity?
You will.
I'm going to move, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to move as far as I can, basically.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah. Can I... Oh,
6.
I should have asked before I said I was going to do that. I can cast shield, right? As a reaction to their attack of opportunity.
1 reaction per round.
So is that a no?
No, you wouldn't be able to cast it again.
Okay. I guess
Because
I'm
you used it at the
taking
start of the round.
I guess I'm taking 5 attacks then.
4. You killed one of them, remember?
I guess I'm taking 4 attacks.
Okay, so we have a 10, a 17, a 19, and an 18.
3 hits.
3 hits, okay. So first one hits for 4 damage. Next one hits for 8 damage. Last one hits for 7 damage.
I am in extreme pain.
Yep, you've been bludgeoned by books. It's like being taught by a Catholic priest.
I'm like, it's like in at the end of that. Oh, fuck, what's that film called with William Dafoe when he's like running along the field being shot by Viet Cong?
Spider-Man.
Wasn't that like Apocalypse
Spider-Man.
Now or something like that? Wasn't it?
No, it's not.
No,
Apocalypse Now.
it's one of those.
D-
It's like Vietnam.
You're telling me that there's like 6 people here and nobody knows. Well, I don't know. So anyway,
Well, you don't know it either, to be fair.
what I do, I'm running along, and every time a book hits me, I just splay my arms out and go. "Ah, ah."
That is one of the
Fair
best
enough.
death scenes in a film. I think.
So Balador being hit by the arrows. Not Balador. Boromir.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers.
Like that, yeah.
What a 20-year-old film.
What is that?
Yeah, that's an old film, Lord of the Rings, man.
The
Okay,
first one,
so
yeah.
books 1 is going to move down towards. No, he's going to stay there actually and attack Balador, and so's book 2.
Platoon. Yeah.
Two.
So
Well done,
we
Alice.
have an 8 and a 19 against Balador this time.
Guess I'm gonna be. Since I've been hit like 7 times, do I know what kind of damage they do?
Bludgeoning.
So it's physical damage. So I will
Yeah.
I will cast shield as a reaction,
Okay.
which I believe negates all of those attacks.
Yep, they're not going to work. Also, you have heavy armor master, don't you?
I do.
So add back 9 health,
Oh right. Oh,
because it would be non-magical physical damage.
that makes me significantly less close to death.
Good.
I was like 1 hit away from death.
Oh,
Okay, next we have Minstrel. You're still behind Merrick, but you only need to get past him now.
Defer turn.
Defer turn. Okay, next we come to Ludwig. You're still at the back.
can I just push both of them into the room?
Yeah, sure. I'm assuming you two will be willing with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would be.
Okay,
Are
so
we
you just-
strong enough to push him?
Chris is
He
always
is strong enough to push the two of you as this action, since it's a willing action. So he moves you all forward 5 feet. So that's as far as you can go before you hit an enemy.
Okay.
Okay, I guess that's my action.
Okay. Next we come to Merrick.
I'll take a step to the left. Sort of.
Okay, you are going to take 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Ooh, what have I hit? Okay, so we will have a 22 and a 5.
Yeah, 22 definitely hits.
Okay, so you take 6 points of damage.
Not bad. Cool.
Okay, and now it's your turn still, so you can do what you like.
I'm going to use Spirit Guardians for this.
Spirit Guardians. Okay, I'm going to have to pull this one up again.
Well, I mean, it's 15 feet
So 1,
circle around me.
all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and how much? And is there a save
And
against it?
It's when they start their turn there, they make a wisdom saving. And on a
Yeah.
failed wisdom saving, it's 3d8 radiant damage
Fair enough.
on each of them whenever they make their move.
Okay, hang on. So I assume you're designating the members of your party to be unaffected.
Yes. And they will take the form of angelic.
Okay. Actually, as you cast it there, it still casts the first one. So they still need to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, which is 14.
14.
Okay. So wisdom saving throws for all 4 books. We have 1 pass, which will go with as number 4.
Huh.
So 3d8 damage, if you would.
That's some bloody powerful damage.
That's my level 3 spell. 3d8.
14. Okay. The
For
spiritual
each.
guardians
I think.
have taken out a fair chunk of several of the books.
Nice.
Minstrel,
that
you can.
To check my
Do you want-
duration, actually.
It's concentration up.
Up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you can hold it there for a while as long as you're not casting another spell. No. Minstrel, did you want to? Waldo, did you want to cast? Did you want to take your turn now? You can actually move into the room.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I want to stay where I am at the moment.
Okay.
And I would like to shoot him with my longbow. One
Okay.
directly in front of me.
Okay, so number 1. So make an attack roll.
No.
Okay, then. You might be
Hold on one second.
Don't do.
Roll 1d20. It's plus 6, I believe. Or is it plus 7?
You have proficiency with longbows, so it's your dexterity modifier plus proficiency.
4, 5, 7. Fuck me.
13. That's still going to hit, so roll for damage. Add your dexterity modifier. 9. Okay, that is actually going to finish off one of them, as you've now skewered a book and it falls to the floor.
What book was it?
That might
Can
be
I do a
fun.
perception check to read its title?
Go for it. I'm trying to think of what your favourite book is now. Hang on.
Dewi Does Dallas.
Lolita.
Don't be creepy.
120 Days of Sodom.
That's the one I was going for.
Perception.
Ludwig just posted something that might be relevant to now in the camera link,
It's fine for now.
just in case.
Oh shit.
5.
Well, if that's true, then that kind of ruins the entire fight because I would have had an extra attack.
Yeah, we'll leave that for now. The 5. From there, you seem to, as far as you can tell, have destroyed the first words of the title. So all you can see is end. The word end is all that's left on it.
How to get your end away.
There's only one word missing.
It's Ender's Game. And
You
I'm
destroyed
quite
the first
happy
word.
I destroyed it.
The End. Dragon's End. Death's
Journey's
End.
end. It could have been anything. You don't
have been.
know.
Could have
Bell
been
Ends.
endy thing.
Maybe.
Okay, now we come to book
Oh, is he-
3 and 4.
Are you moving in
Ooh.
as well?
Oh yeah. Did you want to move, Mitchell?
No, because then I'll be shooting point blank.
Okay. So we
Yeah.
now come to book 3 and 4's turn. So 3's going to move to here and
Oh,
make an
you
attack against
Shitbag.
Minstrel. Gets a 22
Yeah, that definitely hits.
and deals 8 damage.
Ow.
My spells are self, right? My absorb elements and shield, they're self spells, right? Are they? Or
Yeah, those spells you cast on yourself. Unless you're in touch range of someone for shield, I think. Okay, so now we come to book 4 is going to stay where it is and attack Balador and gets a 20.
no, shield is self
Fair.
as well. They're both self. God, I need touch spells because that's the whole point of having a familiar. 20 hits.
20 hits. So you take 4 damage. Minus 3 because it's non-magical. So 1 damage.
Nice. Balador says as he gets slapped in the face by a book.
Balador. Yeah. Do your learning. Okay, Balador, your turn.
I think the book needs to roll a wisdom against my spirit guardian still.
Oh, yes, they all do, don't they?
Mm.
Oh, no, just 3 and 4.
Just the ones that
We've got
have
three
attack.
books. 3 books left, right?
We have 1 pass and 1 fail, so we'll say since it didn't move in the range, 4 made its attack before, so we won't bother retconning that and was then killed.
Yeah.
We'll assume because it doesn't have enough health left to bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, so my green flame blade still works. I would like to use my bonus action to drink a health potion.
Okay, so you've got standard health potions, so they heal. Oh god, what was it?
Wasn't it 2d4?
I will double check. Just to make sure. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. That's what I needed to check. So you heal a total of 8 hit points.
Then I would like to hit a book
Okay, number 2 is the nearest, so make your attack roll.
with green flame blade.
Of course.
Which is a plus 7.
Mhm. 9. That is unfortunately not going to hit. You're just swinging a big burning green axe through the library.
Were you saying 9 or were you saying no in German?
Either way.
Right, I believe
You can still move if you want to.
I don't think I need to move, do I? No, I think I'm good here.
Not really. Okay, so book 2. It's going to make its turn and attack Merrick. It needs to make its wisdom save first, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, if it's assume that's
Sorry,
not
reminds me of that
carry
one.
on.
It gets an 8 plus 1 is 9. So no, it's not going to make that. So roll your 3d8 radiant.
In a tiny room. This is doing work.
I can only
Okay.
use it once though.
7. Okay, that's still going to finish it off.
I've only got 2 spell slots and I've got one other spell selected for the cleric thing.
So next we come to Minstrel. You've got the one directly in front of you.
I Ludwig, can you make sure Betsy is listening intently?
Yeah.
I would like to draw my rapier out of my belt and slash the book in twine.
Okay, make an attack roll.
You're ridiculous.
See, that to me, who doesn't know what was going on there, that sounds really weird.
Well, that's going to hit. So roll for damage.
Oh, sorry.
No, not. Don't worry, that's not right.
Let me do that again. Plus 4.
11. Okay, that's going to finish the book off. So congratulations.
Was it finished off by being sliced in twine?
Not with a rapier, they're a thrusting and piercing weapon.
Hmm.
You stabbed it perfectly through its spine, which books do have, so that works. So,
As it's laying on the floor, I'd like to saw it in 2, so it looks like I've sliced it in twine.
okay.
And I would like to take this opportunity to, 1, have a look at what books are on sale
You mean on the shelves, or
for free.
do
And 2,
you want to take some books off the shelves?
yeah, I'll take 5 books off the shelves at random.
Okay. In this first room, you managed to take off 5 dictionaries, as they seem to be the most commonly checked out books in this area.
I drop the dictionaries on the floor and hold my ring to my temple and peer through the walls.
Okay, you can see. Which wall are you looking to? This one or this one?
Well, I plan
Or
to
that
look
one?
for. I'll start with the one with the exit.
So looking back this way.
No, the exit. I would say
This
that's
way.
it. Yeah.
So